Pride Month is finally here, an opportunity to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community and culture right here in Colorado. And all month long, the Arvada Center is celebrating the community with several events. Today at the Black Box Theater, they will be holding a double feature film screening of 2 documentaries. And joining me this morning is the producer and editor of El Dorado Films, Jesse Sutterly. Jesse, good morning.
Good morning, Jordan.
Justin from California, thank you for being with us.
Yes, long drive, but glad I made it in time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're happy you're here. Tell us a bit about these films.
Yeah, so these are 2 incredible films about 2 incredible women. Joanne Conti is the first transgender representative in the United States, and Linda Campbell was the person who was able to be buried with her spouse in a national cemetery. This is the first person in the LGBTQ community to do that.
Why specifically these 2 women did you want to focus on?
Well, I think that these 2 women are both standout up-rolling models of a wonderful display of women in our world. And our military is a microcosm of our country and of our population. And both Linda and Joanne, as service members, brought forth their service not just to the military, but to our country as a whole.
Putting together a documentary, especially with one with such rich history, is no easy feat. What was this project born out of?
I would say that Daniel Bernardi is the other director at El Dorado Films, and he and I put our heads together a lot to try and find the correct stories that are of our service members buried in national cemeteries. And so we sort of came across Joanne's story sort of in a peripheral way, and then found ourselves deeply in love with Joanne and the people that she knew. And with Linda, we went to Oregon, we met her family, we met her son, and we just, again, fell in love with these stories about these incredible women who were able to overcome such challenges in their life.
And I'm just curious, putting together this project, did you learn anything new, even about the community yourself?
I have learned many things by putting together this project. I've learned so much about Linda and her love for Nancy, her partner, and just the hard work it took to be buried with her spouse in a national cemetery. That was a very challenging thing for her to do, and it was a fight that she took to the very end. And for Joanne, Joanne is an incredible, strong woman. She was outed without wanting to be outed, and so that really, struck me in a chord that this is somebody who, even though was faced with so much adversity and so much sort of pain and hatred towards her status, she was able to still serve her community and still serve her country.
Often rights that you don't realize aren't afforded to everybody.
Yes, very much so.
What do you hope that people learn from watching this?
There's 2 things that I really hope that people learn from this. One is that the LGBTQ community are people just like everyone else. There's no difference between that, and that no one should be looking at them in any different way. The other thing that I think is really powerful is that our service members are we tend to think about them as just in war or just in violence or just in action, but they continue to serve outside of those roles once they've left the military. And Linda continued to do this until the very end of her days, and that was an incredibly inspiring story to me, to say that you can really do anything if you put your mind to it.
Absolutely. Now the important question, where can people see this and how can they get tickets?
Yeah, so the tickets can be found on the Arvada City Center's website, and they're $15, and it's going to be screened at the Black Box Theater. They can also be bought, I think, at the center if you show up tonight at 7:30 for when the doors open.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jesse, for being with us. We appreciate it.
Jordan, thank you so much.
Good luck with the screenings.
Thank you, everyone.